Hey everybody, welcome to the Book of Joe. I'm about to take you behind the scenes on my new project, The Unwanted Mind of Lenny. Now, before I walk on set behind this door, there's a couple things I want to say. One, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not done so already. Two is what we're doing here today is actually what I call a test shoot. So we're actually testing the concept of the script, and we're testing whether or not I'm going to be able to pull off filming half of the project here in my garage, which is what's behind that door. Number two, when I open this door, normally what you would see behind me is a crew of people working, equipment, lights, and all sorts of things you would normally see on a set. However, because I'm shooting this here in Arizona, most of my equipment is actually in California, where we do most of our projects. But on the other side of this door, well, I'll just show you. This is actually my garage and my set. So you can see kind of behind me is the set. It's kind of set up right now. I'm going to take you through, I'll show you some of the equipment I'm using. So normally, like I said, I would have my nice lights. I would have a little bit more equipment, and there'd be a crew back here. There'd be people potentially setting up lights, maybe a director, a production designer. You might even have a personal assistant. You certainly would have more than just me. But because this is a test shoot, and I don't have the same network here in Arizona that I do in California, I'm going to be attempting something, and this is really why we're doing a test shoot here today, where I do everything. I will have my beautiful wife, who's now 35 weeks pregnant, helping me out today, kind of being my eyes and ears while I'm actually acting, because I play the character Frank in this web series. And like I said, the concept here, before I show you too much more, is that my character Frank is in the mind of Lenny. And so this space here is Lenny's mind. So what's really unique about what we're doing is, instead of me traveling to California and having to film the entire web series out in California, I'm going to be able to film probably about 50 to 60%, because I'm an actor and I think I'm the diva and the star, 60 to 70% of it's going to be shot right here in my garage, while the other half will actually be shot out in California, which my buddy Ryan Willer of R. Todd Productions will be managing that piece. But let me go ahead and show you what we got set up out here, and then I'm going to set this up and get started filming here today. Here's the set of The Unwanted Mind of Lenny. It doesn't look like much now, and I'm still got some set design to do, but basically the camera's going to see pretty much from this point all the way over to here. Now you see, I am in a garage, so things we have to avoid are the bars above, the garage door, and then these are kind of my makeshift light stands, which we'll talk about. You'll understand later what the telescope is, the panel, the stands, and all that stuff, but this is going to be the set. Now I'm filming this project with my Canon 60D, which I'll have on sticks the whole time, these are my backup sticks. The good sticks I have are in California, so these are kind of my backup sticks. I'll be using a Rode mic. That's not the one I'm going to be filming audio on. That's just my backup mic, so I have a little bit of backup audio as I film. That's what I use. This is the setup I usually use when I'm talking into the camera, when I'm doing kind of like the intro, or when I was doing the health corner, would be a similar setup to this. All my audio is going to be recorded on my task and field recorder, and I'll be using this longer Rode shotgun mic. I'm not sure what the make and model is, but that'll be what we use. That'll be attached to the boom. Now, because I don't have a boom operator, I'll be using this pole, which I'll be setting up above the shot, or I may actually hang the mic from the ceiling, but this here will be my boom operator for the day. For lights, what I've got, I actually went out and bought these, two of these floodlights. They're pretty bright. They're 1,000 lumens. They're over 4,000 Kelvin, so it'll give a nice daylight look. I've also got the garage door open, as you can see kind of behind me here, which lets in quite a bit of light. And then I also went out and I bought a handful of, I bought some really nice bulbs that are pretty bright to add to my little lamps. Additionally, and I don't know that I can do this while I film, I also have in these lamps, and I have another one that's roaming, are my hues lights that allow me to change color. For instance, I can go the color to red or blue to any other color, and you can see this is the I'm getting a big shadow from my little selfie stick here that I'm using to hold this camera. But that's going to be my set. So normally, like I said, I would have probably some nice lights. I would have crew, people doing stuff. But today it's going to be just me. And so, and you can. Oh, my dogs are already going nuts. That's great. And you can see I got the red lights because they're on the set. And I can change the colors and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. But in any case, that's what we're going to be using today to shoot. I will have my wife, who will have the earphones on, and she'll keep an eye on the camera for me. I might set up, I still haven't decided, but I might set up a video village so that I have a bigger screen to look off of, so I'm not working off of the small screen on the 60D. But for the most part, that's the project, that's what we're going to be doing here. And so I've got a little bit to set up to get ready, but for the most part, the opening scene is ready. And what I'll be filming are the first 3 episodes, whatever's inside Frank's mind. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay. So I think I've got the set pretty much done with the lights. It's taken a little bit. I've got my video village here so I can actually see what I'm filming while I film. I've got my lights set up. I think I've got it pretty well lit. Now all I've got to do is throw my mic up and do a couple things. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started now, and then I'm going to change and get ready. I think we're close to filming. The big challenge I'm going to have going forward, you can see him right now in the shots. This guy over here, right there, this guy right there. They make noise, and Frank doesn't have a dog yet. Although if they keep getting in the way, Frank might have a dog, which would be news to Ryan, who is filming the other half, because he hasn't seen what I shot yet. He hasn't shot his side either. He's waiting for mine. But in any case, I'm going to go ahead and get this set up, and then we're going to get started filming. So I'm almost ready. I got to figure out how to get my mic a few more inches over here without getting my stands and my fancy sandbag, right there, that bag, into the shot. If I can do that, the audio will sound great, and then I'll be ready to start filming. So I'm pretty close to that point. And we'll be ready to get this first scene started, and then I'll obviously switch and change. But first, I got to figure that out, and then we'll get started. Got my coffee, which is a key to acting. I got my set ready, I got my lights set. I still have some shadow issues that I'm trying to figure out, and I feel like I got some weird light things going on, so I've got to spend a little bit more time with the lights. The biggest challenge, you run into when you're filming on a weekend in a garage and not a sound studio somewhere or a stage, is there's people outside, using, mowing the lawns, using their leaf blowers, trimming hedges, cars driving by, and the only thing that blocks the audio between the outside world and the inside is my garage. Now, I like having the garage open about that much for 2 reasons. 1, keeps the dogs entertained, and 2, it brings in some natural light, which is helpful. You're just gonna have to deal with a little audio, and it can be a real challenge. But I'm gonna keep playing with the lights a little bit, just work on that, and then I'm ready to go, and we'll actually shoot the first scene of The Unwanted Mind of Lenny. Okay, so I think I'm basically ready. I went ahead and put the lights, as you can see, up on the ceiling. That's helping with some of the weird shadows that's getting across my face when I move my hands. There's still going to be a little shadow, but it's nothing too bad. And so I think I'm ready now. What we need to do is we actually got to clear the set, go through with production design. I got to get in costume, makeup, and then we will do a test run once, and then we'll shoot this thing. And then we'll break it down and go to the next, and then I'll probably shoot this 3 times, do a couple different takes. Then I'll move the key, then I'm gonna do a new setup, which means I gotta tear everything down and start all over, and that's how this works. I'll go shot by shot until I get done with the day. Now, I did tell myself I was only gonna go till like 2 or 3 o'clock today. I'm guessing it's already noon, which means I'm already way behind schedule. But hopefully I'll catch up pretty quick, and the rest of it's pretty easy stuff to shoot. But just in case, I may have to stop early today. I do have other things I have to still get done, but we're gonna get started here in just a minute. Next time you see me, I might be in costume. I'm ready, in character, makeup on. Big challenge are the dogs. They have all of a sudden found the neighbors are outside and they're doing whatever neighbors do. But I'm gonna show you a little look around. What I see is the actor standing here in my space. See, I've got my monitor, so if I'm shooting by myself, I can see what's happening. I got my camera going. Got to ignore the extra space. There's the mic. I got my control panel and things that I need for the shot. And basically, I've got my lights there. I got a light there. Got a light there. Camera, light, and the last light over there, as well as I've got that light and that. So, yeah, that's what we're looking at. That's what the shot right there is going to look like. Except for I won't hold my phone. So I just did the first couple takes. They were okay. I think I figured out how to work with the dogs and the cars and the noise and the lights. So I'm gonna do one more set of takes here, and this time I'm gonna try to loosen up a little bit and do it again. I'm giving myself my own acting notes, so that makes it a little different. And we're gonna get started here in just a minute, but I think scene 1 is almost done. 5 and mark. Okay, let's try this one a little bit more loosey-goosey. All right. Hey folks. All right, let's start again. And action. Got to give myself action. I'm not used to that. Hey folks. Hey folks. Frank. We're sent by the Dark Lord to that that line. We are sent by the Dark Lord to that space where said person lost his mind. It's not that hard. We're sent by the Dark Lord to that person, to the mind of that person, to the For instance, there's Jared. He was responsible for Charles Manson. So I went to training. So the first scene is shot, which was basically the entire intro to the first episode, kind of like a monologue. Now I'm setting the scene for what will be parts of that first episode and second episode and third episode. The rest of it is basically more tights. Me at the control panel. We'll shoot some angles like this. We'll probably shoot some angles like this, and then we'll shoot directly on. And so now I've got to make that switch, reset up the set, and then get ready for the next shot. So, oh, my dog's trying to get involved. He really likes that weird clown thing over there. Anyway, I've got lots of work to get done. I'm way behind. It took me like 3 hours to do that. I was really hoping to get that done in like an hour and a half. So I may not get it all done today, but I'm certainly going to make some progress. Okay, so I've set the scene. I got the lights right. I just need to lower the boom and get that in place, do a test run, and then it's on to scene 2. All right, so we're going to do a little behind the scenes here. This is just a test run for audio, and I'm not going to give you guys the whole scene, but my point here is to test the microphone, which I think is going to be a problem there. Test 1, 2. Okay. Stabber. And I'll be like, okay, something like this. Okay, that's gonna have to be the shot. There we go. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Stabber. Slit her throat. Those are actual lines. I'm not a horrible individual. I am in this though. Frank is a horrible individual. See, she doesn't like you. You're not getting with her. You know the rules, can't do it, you suck, blah, 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 blah. Test 1, 2. I think, can this come down any further? Oh, there you are. You're in scene now. Now you're out. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, much better. Yeah. Now we're talking. See, that, my friends, is how you set up a scene. Now I have to get up and actually hit play. All right. Well, I think we're ready to shoot this mofo. We'll start like this. Stabber. 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 All right, cool. I think we're good. And let's go ahead and roll this fucker. Well, that is a wrap for the day. I didn't get nearly as much done as I had hoped. I was really hoping to get into episodes 2 and 3, but I got most episode 1 done. I mean, there's a couple small little pickup shots here and there, but we'll throw this in the computer, see what we got, and see if our test shoot is any good today. But well, that's behind the scenes, guys. Thanks for following. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of what we're doing here with behind the scenes of the Unwanted Mind of Lenny. Frank is a weirdo.